Hello, Heidi.
Hello, Karen.
Heidi, at some point you were my boss at Magna, and now the both of us took it on to rock the world of manufacturing. And those guys don't make it easy all the time, do they?
Absolutely right. Tough world out there.
Please, can you tell our viewers a little bit how this all came about and what you have learned during this time?
Well, at the end of 2006, we went through a major restructuring, and unfortunately, a lot of people were laid off at that time, and I was one of those people. And as difficult as it was, when I look back now, I think being laid off was not the worst thing that could happen. In fact, it gave me a wonderful opportunity to discover what I really love to do, which is to work with people on the shop floor, work with team leaders, supervisors, and also the management team to help them to reach their potential and in order for them to see what else is possible in order to become better at what they do.
Heidi, employee engagement seems to be a buzzword these days. Why do you think so many organizations get something started, and I do believe they have the best intentions, but why is it so difficult for them to keep it going?
Well, I think initially they become very excited when we show them the statistics on what can be done with an engaged workforce. And so we get started. Many times we get to a certain point where management recognizes that now it's time for them to make some changes and for them to put forth an effort, because everything starts from the top, and as much as we can get the employees engaged, management has to sustain it. And I think many times they feel that they're not up for the challenges of continuing to develop themselves and their teams, and so it kind of dies along the wayside. And, one of the things that I think that we've learned from that is that there's always a huge opportunity, and there's excitement in the beginning. The biggest challenge is to keep the momentum going for people to see the end result and where you can go to.
Absolutely. Heidi, you worked 25 years in human resources in the corporate world and the past couple of years as Director of Human Resources. Can you share with our viewers what you would do differently if you would go back in a similar role today?
Looking back, I would say that I probably spent more time managing my team as opposed to leading them. And since leaving the corporate world, I've done a lot of self-development, attended a lot of workshops, seminars, read a lot of books, continue to do a lot of reading. And I think one of the things that I would do differently is to work with people and help them find what they're naturally good at, to work towards their strengths, and not just be focused on the tasks and the job descriptions, but really what are the outcomes. Because if someone is naturally good at something, it will be fun for them, it'll be interesting, and they will be more energized and productive. So I think for me, finding what people are naturally good at would be a number one priority.
Sometimes when people work for a very long time for one organization, I believe the biggest danger is complacency. What advice would you give leaders today, what they could do different or what they should pay attention to?
I would say don't get so comfortable in your comfort zone. Nothing is guaranteed, nothing is secure. I think a lot of times people get so busy in their day-to-day life that they forget to stop, analyze, and then ask themselves and their team, is there a better way? And I truly think that many people in a certain senior level position don't take the time to develop themselves further, don't challenge themselves to become a better leader, and don't lead by example the way sometimes they have the good intention to do, but, intentions require some action as well. And I think people sometimes forget about that.
Thank you, Heidi. It's always so great to learn from your expertise.
My pleasure, Karen.
And thank you for sharing your perspective with our viewers. And for those of you who are watching, please always remember, excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. And I will see you next week again. Until then, be the best you can be.